Well, hey guys, didn't expect to do this clip. I'm not sure how well you see me. Why don't you grab a candle, bring that over too. Whoa, hey.
Will that work?
No, bring a candle over. I don't want that in my eyes.
Okay.
Not sure how well you can see us, but we had a severe thunderstorm warning roll through. And again, yeah, I just did this video on tornado, have a plan, that sort of thing. And we put it into use today. Now, unfortunately, somebody else pulled in the driveway. We got people pulling in and turning around. Something happened out there with the traffic.
Our grass is going to be screwed up tomorrow morning.
Yeah, people are turning around on our grass for some reason.
Yeah, so the power's out.
The power went out, and we had 60-mile-an-hour winds.
Our metal chairs on the back porch got knocked over, so I'm really nervous about the chickens.
Everything blew over. Yeah, he's flipping out about the chickens. Everything blew over. We had our basketball net blow over again.
No, well, that's not a surprise.
Well, yeah, but we filled it back up with water, so. And it was severe winds, so much so, and they said, you know, anytime you get a storm like this, there's a possibility of a tornado touching down. Now, once we started hearing that wind, I called everybody down, and we got into the interior bathroom. So that was our plan. We went with it, and you know, thankfully the wind calmed down and the storm passed us. But what's going on?
She's outside. Do you want to go check?
Yeah. Thankfully, I keep seeing lights pulling in our driveway. I think people are turning around in our driveway for some reason. We're the neighborhood turnaround now. But I forget where I was. It was scary there for a second. You know, you just never know when you start hearing that wind. And, you know, nature is it's so strong and so unpredictable. And you realize how little power or control you have over anything. Once you start hearing that, and you start hearing things tipping over and the lightning starts flashing, you're like, okay, this could be serious. So we called everyone down. We got into an interior bathroom. My daughter's at her Young Life thing, so she's, you know, a mile away, and that freaks me out. Then I start wondering why we let her go, and but everything seems to have calmed down. Power's out. Thankfully, we have our backup light.
You know, guys, so the dog's water dish was almost empty, so I went to go fill it up. And what we have is we have 1, 2, 3 jugs full right here. We had another one by the water dish. So that just goes to show how being prepared really does work. Just in these, not maybe it's not in an SHTF situation, but it's in a power out situation. Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't be able to get water, and now we have water for the dog.
By the way, check the water because we're on a well, and if the electricity's out, we don't have.
Oh, just kidding.
Well, no, actually, well, don't leave
yeah,
it there.
I was gonna say I don't want to waste water.
But the pump won't turn on. So you know, whatever's in the tank, I think, is in the tank, but the pump won't turn on. So you know, we won't have water because of that.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we have a generator, and I got it working back again. We have backup lighting here.
And flashlight.
Yeah, we have a small solar setup so we can charge phones if we need to do that. But these are things, you don't know how long something like this is going to last. And chances are, you know, the power will be back on within minutes or hours. Those are the odds. But, you know, it could be a day or two or longer. And you just never know. And if it's a more serious storm or a hurricane, it could be days or weeks or longer. So be prepared. We're not crazy. We're not nuts for taking these little measures to ensure that we have some level of safety in a situation like this. We're not crazy. The people that are sitting there right now in the dark going, oh my God, what do we do? I can't see 2 feet in front of me. You're the dummies. Seriously. So stop looking down your noses at us and shaking your head and going, they're preppers, they're nuts. You're the dummies.
Tree fell down in the front yard.
Tree fell down in the front yard?
That's what our traffic is. There's a tree down across the street from Dave's house.
Oh my gosh, I'm terrified.
All right, let's look.
The chickens. The Coop is probably.
Everything's down out here too.
I'm joking.
Okay, this is why. Here, honey, get in here. It's.
Look. Oh, it might have been our tree right there.
Is it our tree?
I can't tell. It was from across the street.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that?
Is that our garbage can?
I don't know that that's our tree. Hey, anyway, my neighbor's out there. He needs some help, I think, so I'm going to get out there and give him a hand. We got people out there directing traffic. Anyway, life in the hood, yo. Peace.
A whole row.
Oh, man. We had everything knocked over back here, guys. I don't know if you can see anything out here. Come on back with the flashlight. The poor chicken coop was knocked over.
On its back.
On its back.
And the top was open. The nest box door got broken off. But they're fine. They're just wet and dirty.
Yeah, they're all wet. Poor things.
Yeah, I was just so happy they were okay. Like, I was really scared about it. And when I saw the coop knocked over and I didn't flash the light in there, I got really scared. But they're both okay. They're just wet and they're
How do you feel about your mother lying to you and saying, oh, they're okay?
No, I needed someone to tell me that. If she knew that that they weren't okay, I would ask her to tell me that they were okay. But
So you'd rather I don't tell you the truth because I was like, oh, you don't know.
Well, if you
I said, I'm sure they're fine. They live through this kind of weather all the time.
I want that kind. I needed some reassurance because I was scared to death and I couldn't go outside. But, you know, I'm going to definitely clean the coop tomorrow. They're really dirty. I may even give them a lukewarm bath. I've seen people do that before. Maybe I'll give them a spa day, you know, put some coconut oil in their comb and water. I've seen people do that before. I've never done it. I kind of wanted to try it lately.
You know, maybe we can get them an appointment with a psychiatrist and help them work through their problems.
Probably good. So we put a towel over the window screen, and that usually helps with the moisture. We put stuff on that towel so it doesn't get knocked down. I think that was the last of it, that big burst, but I was really just so happy they were okay. You know, that was scary.
Oh, jeez, you're out of your mind,
I'm
dude.
deadbolting the coop to the ground, by the way. It's happening.
We're gonna chain the coop to the ground. All right, so we're gonna get them appointments with a psychiatrist.
Yes, tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow
All right.
afternoon. Can you drive them?
No, I'm having no part of this. Oh man, that was scary stuff, huh?
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah. You know, guys, like I was saying, be prepared. Don't be scared. Be prepared.
Although I was still scared, but we
Yeah,
were
but you
prepared
know
as
what?
well.
You know what? We're as prepared as you can be. You know, within reason,
You're
I guess.
still going to be scared, but that's just a funny thing to say. But, you know, instead of being scared like, I don't know what to do, we know what to do.
What's
but
that?
We're still scared. Shingles.
Oh, there's
The
two.
whole,
Yeah.
whole row of shingles.
That's probably the stuff that they put up there last time.
Oh, we're going to have to come back.
You know what? Sometimes it's good to be a renter. You know what I mean? Holy moly.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
And did you tell him that the tree fell down?
Yeah, the tree fell down out front. My dog's got her boots. Walking around with boots. Jeez. Alright guys, it's Thursday, March 2nd. And boy, don't I look great. The power was out all night, and we were told that it's not supposed to come on until 7 o'clock tonight. 7 o'clock tonight. So at that point, you got to start worrying about refrigeration and keeping the stuff in your freezer cold and frozen. So we got the old generator rallied up, and thanks again for helping me fix that, John and Jeff's Freedom Garage. Glad we took the time when we had the time to get that thing fixed. Put a little gas in it, one pull, boom, done. So we got our coffee maker plugged in because, you know, coffee's important. And our refrigerator freezer plugged in, we're good to go. We're charging up all of our little electronic gizmos and whatnot, cell phones, and I just feel good that we have that going on. Remember, we have that kerosene heater. Even though it's been warm, it cooled down. That was a cold front that blew through. So it's going to be a high of 60 today. Right now it's in the 40s. And, you know, we got the door cracked a little bit to get a cord in here. I wish we had our generator transfer switch hooked up. We had it at the old house. When we moved, we just left it packed up. No reason to plug it in. We'll get away with this. But when we get to the new house, we'll have a generator transfer switch all set up and ready to go. Because this is a pain in the butt. It'd be so much easier to be able to start the generator, plug it in the transfer switch, and start running your house. As opposed to running extension cords and moving coffee pots and whatever else you got to do. I'm glad that we have it. But remember, these are the things that we prepare for. It doesn't have to be an apocalyptic EMP, nuclear war, or whatever. It could be a thunderstorm, guys. And it could severely put a crink in your lifestyle, if you know what I mean. I mean, no coffee? Hello. So, even if you don't have a generator, there's other things you can have. A camp stove, a different way of making coffee, heat and water, food, that sort of thing. And we have all those things as well. But a lot of them are down at Off-Grid Acres, so we're making do with what we have up here. We're glad we have the supplies and provisions that we have here. It's going to make life way better than if we didn't have it. And, you know, it's only going to end up being 22 and a half hours if they're true to their word with a 7 o'clock power restoration. But 22 and a half hours in today's day and age, for most of us, is a bit of a shock to the system. I mean, no Wi-Fi. So, anyway, You're not nuts. If you're not prepared, you might be stupid, because these things can and do happen all the time. So let's let this serve as one of those scenarios. This isn't a doomsday scenario, but heck, it could be if you were dependent upon power for a breathing machine or to keep your insulin cold or something like that. But for the rest of us, it's just a bit of a inconvenience. But it doesn't have to be a total inconvenience. It could be, you know, if your freezer and your fridge thawed out and you lost hundreds of dollars worth of food, that could be a big deal. But, you know, the grocery stores are still open. They still have power. Just we don't. So this is an inconvenience. So let this serve as one of those scenario situations where you should have a plan and be prepared. And last night we implemented our tornado plan that you saw in a prior video because we thought it was a possibility there was a tornado out there. Those winds were vicious. Ripped shingles, you know, you saw the tree knocked down out front, stopped traffic. It was a bit of a mess. And today we're implementing our power out plan. Do you have those plans? If not, I suggest you figure it out. Now, I just wanted to mention from the freezer standpoint for a second. Think about this. Inside the freezer, we keep several of these bottles that we fill up with water in a little bit of a salt solution. And the salt solution, you put a little bit of salt in there, and that's supposed to keep the ice cold longer. And if you don't believe me, you can watch Boss of the Swamp did a video on it where it actually he proves that the salt keeps it colder longer. And with an extra couple of blocks of ice in there, you can do a couple of things. Number one, it's going to keep your freezer colder longer if you don't have electricity. Number two, you can pull those out and put it in a cooler and put some stuff in a cooler if you have to. And not just rely on whatever ice your ice machine might make, if indeed you have an ice machine. So that's just another thing that you can do to help prepare for those types of situations. And I use those for the cooler all the time. They're great. Put them in, take them down to camp. When I come back, I refreeze them. And that's going to be one of my plans moving forward for making ice with a little ice chest, a little freezer that I'm going to get. Rather than an ice maker, I'm going to get a freezer so I can refreeze those blocks all the time. Keep my stuff cold when I'm down there for an extended period of time in the hot, hot summer.